This is Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 134. We focus on relationships, sports, and pop culture from a man's point of view. First of all, we want to thank our listeners, our new ones, our OGs. Thank you for hanging with the fellas.
What up?
On today's show, Kamal gets vaccinated.
At least that's what I told my wife why I needed a shot.
Exactly. Hilarious. Kim K officially files for divorce.
Kyle, I think it's time for me to throw my name in the hat.
Oh my gosh. Cam gets disrespected by a child. Deion Sanders got disrespected by his own school. And Kamal makes us watch Malcolm and Marie. Hey, all that and more. Right now. This is MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. I am Kyle.
I am Kamal.
And we're helping you understand the man that you love. Starting the front page, Kamal, your dad turned the big 7-0.
7070.
Happy birthday, OG. How'd y'all celebrate?
Man, we had a Zoom party for him.
How did that feel? Did that feel like weak sauce, man?
I mean,
doing it on Zoom?
It is what it is, man. He was surprised. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
He asked my old school people on the call. Put a little video together for him. Let everybody give a shout out. Yeah, man. It actually had me crying. I couldn't even finish.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I went out like that on my son's graduation video, trying to be tough. This nigga didn't even crack a frown, and I'm bitching out.
I don't think my pop's scared. I'm like, dude, I actually, at the end of the video, I had his mother singing happy birthday to him from his 40th. I infused that.
This nigga went straight. Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't even finish.
Spike
he
Lee,
was
yo.
like, he was like, all right, that's good, man. I appreciate you. Like, what?
Whoa. Can we take two? Did you know that's your mother? That is I found video of your mother, like, boy, these old dudes, man. I swear to God. They got that, what you call a cast iron stomach? They got them cast iron hearts.
Right, but I had his brothers, no longer with us, man. I had
his mom ain't here either.
No, I'm saying,
of course not.
I had his mother singing happy birthday to him.
Golly, man, you getting me choked up, man.
Exactly, man. I couldn't even finish. The video ended. It cut back to me. I was supposed to all right now. I was like, I'm sorry. Can somebody else take over?
What's that Paula Abdul song? You're cold-hearted. What?
Cold-hearted snake.
You're a cold-hearted snake. You should have played all that, laughed it off. I'll be back.
I couldn't even finish the tribute. Like, somebody else, please take over. And my
sisters
couldn't do it. It was like a brief pause.
Oh, man. Pops ain't no joke.
Yeah, he hard, man.
My pops just turned 70 as well, man. We did a drive-by party for him, man. It was supposed to be socially distanced, but next thing you know, just niggas standing in the... Niggas started taking pictures. Like, we supposed to be doing it safe. It's supposed to be a drive-by. Next thing you know, is black folks in the driveway, man. Having an outdoor party. What's up?
Yo, man, I'm sick of this Zoom shit. I took the vaccination. I took my first shot. Yeah.
Okay. How was it, man?
I mean, you barely can feel it. But the
Today?
next day.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, my gosh, man. It felt like, remember dudes used to give you a frog or something like that?
You remember that when they would, Oh, my God.
Man, I couldn't even lift up my arm, man. It was like,
wow.
What did they shoot in me?
Did wifey get it too?
Yeah.
Oh, good, because that would suck if you had to quarantine away from her.
Oh, well,
like,
I mean,
I got it, but she didn't.
I got the vaccination, man, so,
She's on her own.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm struggling going back to the barber shop, you know what I'm saying?
Get faded up. You get to go. They ain't none of your business no more. Get your second shot. It's time to get that fade
I get
tight.
that second shot. Man,
It's on.
Oh, yeah. I'm the only dude in the restaurant. Like, yeah. I'm at the buffet line.
Oh, yeah, I'm good, y'all. I'm good. Speaking of the only dude in the restaurant, man, shouts out to Houston, Texas, man, where I frequent, and that mug be cracking. You go to that bad boy. One time I had to take a picture. That Starbucks was so packed. But I was like, this is, okay, is this 2021 or 2018? But, yeah, I got Fam Bam out there, man, so they froze. They was cold, man. No heat, bro. No water, man. That was a trip, man. It was like they were sleeping in sleeping bags.
Oh, wow.
I know, man. It was cold. And my cousin was out there. She was cold. And then you know how it is. People start trying to connect you like, can your cousin go stay with your fam bam? But the problem was the roads, man. You know, Texas wasn't ready. Yeah, we talked about slipping. Texas, it ain't like, Chicago. They don't got no salt on the ground. They're not ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't even if people could help you, they couldn't get to you.
What was it like out here at the time? I know it's like 80 now. What was it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, the irony there was like, dang, well, it's hot here,
Yeah,
but I could enjoy it because my kids are there. But I would have. If it wasn't for my kids, been there, I just would have been like, "Woo, fat meat is greasy."
Yeah, woo, we showed up on the tank top and some Zoom, like, oh man. I'm over here chilling.
Life is good.
I'm about to go to the beach.
Matter of fact, let me go take a dip. So I'm going to go check them out later this week. Go get an in-person, eyes to eyes, man, face to face. See what they working with,
your own little in-person audit to see what's going on.
You got to make it face to face. So Ted Cruz, though, man, that dude, man, hilarious. For people that don't know, Ted Cruz is a senator, right? I'm acting like I could tell them, but they don't know.
United States Senator.
He's a United States Senator out of Texas, and he was cold in the crib. He decided, you know what, man, it's freezing here, man. I'm out of here. Instead of suffering with his constituents, he tucked tail and dipped out to Mexico, Cancun, like it was spring break. Got a lot of flack from that, and the crazy thing is, I know he pissed some white ladies off because he left his dog behind. Kamal, how do you feel about Ted Cruz dipping out?
Ted Cruz is a terrible human being. I mean, he is. There's no way around it. He's an opportunist. Mm-hmm. He's all about himself. He wants to be president of the United States of America, and he's had these aspirations for years. And he will say and do whatever he thinks will get him in the Oval Office. He wanted to curry favor with President Trump, so he sat there and just supported him and did whatever after that man called his wife ugly.
So
after he suggested that his father had something to do with the Kennedy assassination. Like, me and you, I mean, like, if you say something like that, me and you can never be cool. I might support some of the policies that work for me, but I'm not coming to your defense when you step in some shit. Never. I mean, hey, man, this is beneficial to me and my constituents, so we'll take it. We'll support it. We're not going to become Democrats, but we are not going to be riding with you.
We're not going to be Team Trump if you disrespect my wife, bro. And I'm still with my wife.
I'm still with my wife and impugning my pops, acting like my pops was like an assassin and all that stuff, man. I mean,
so disrespectful.
It's so disrespectful, man. And so when Cruz became like the biggest Trump cheerleader, I realized, this man has no integrity.
And he does the wrong things. Like, okay, so you got to do some things that you're uncomfortable doing, right? Not supporting the man that disrespects your wife. Stay in Texas when they're having a problem. That's the uncomfortable thing. He's almost like a comedic character, Kamal.
Oh, yeah.
He knows, he's like he's making the wrong sacrifices.
Yeah, and now that Trump's out of office, he was like the guy holding up, like, trying to hold up the election count or certification.
Yeah. Like, dog, why are you
because he wants
man
that Trump base. He thinks that, if Trump's done, I need that base, so I cannot.
But you're taking it too far.
Of course he is. Like I said, he's a terrible, terrible human being. His name's not even Ted. He's like Raphael. He's, what I'm saying, he's Cuban. Raphael Cruz. He's going, like
he even sold out his people and anglicized his name. Man, that shame on Ted Cruz, man. When we come back, we have some feedback, and then we have a post-nut story from a man whose one-night stand could have cost him everything. Did he get away with it? We'll find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast.
Nigga, I laughed my ass off when I read that shit.
Hey, what's up, guys? I sure hope you're enjoying the show. If you like it, I invite you to go to our website, themrapodcast.com, and catch up on over 100 episodes that we have in store for you.
You ain't working, you might as well check us out.
And if you want some more, go over to The World According to Cheryl and check me out on Cheryl Underwood's podcast. We post content there every single day. We have her normal radio show labeled SUR, and then the Cheryl Underwood podcast, where we get in her personal business every Friday. Then on the weekends, we have the specialty shows that range from Late Night Cupcake to Auntie Cheryl's House Party to our gospel show, Spiritual Nourishment.
You gotta check out The World According to Cheryl, even though I ain't on it.
We got some feedback, homie.
Do we now?
Yes, we do, man. This is from Jewel L. I said Jewel. You said Jewel in Brooklyn. She wrote us a Dear Erby last week, episode 133, about her man who skipped out on Valentine's Day. We cheered him on in the cold open, but then we later gave us some advice. I don't remember what we said that really touched her. Hopefully what she says will jog our memory. She said, man, PH, fuck that. LOL, just kidding. With Kamal saying you wanted something to post, I felt that. Okay, so that jogs my memory. You told her, do you remember what you said?
It's jogging. It's coming.
Well, here, I'll help you. You told her that she was jealous of the women that post on Instagram.
Damn, I said that.
I
used those words?
You did, man. She heard you. She was jealous of the women that post on Instagram, and she wanted something to post and was mad that he wasn't around. But she said when she read it, she said she was obviously mad at first and then said the LOL. She said, I felt that. But I actually agree with Kamal once again.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Damn right I said it. I remember it now. Every single word of it, I remember.
Hilarious. And you, Kyle, are right. 1,000 right. Thank you. That damn coolness sets no expectations. So what I told her, Kamal, was when you're cool, when you go along to get along, when you don't set that boundary, people think it's cool. Oh, man, he cool. Oh, man, she cool. Oh, man, she cool. And we want our woman to be cool. But you can be cool and still set your expectations. Because if you don't say what you want, it's just going to be all what he wants, which is not a bad thing from us. She said, dangerous to expect something that was never a conversation. That's the part. It's not about being cool. Ladies, still be cool. You ain't got to be a jerk. You ain't got to be angry. You ain't got to be a bitch. But if you want something, don't sit and hope because you're cool, he'll be cool. It never works like that. She said, but I told someone pretty much what y'all said. Good episode. I think she's saying that, she said what we said, so we agreed. When we come back, we have a post-nut story from a man whose one-night stand could have cost him everything. What happens? We'll find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. According to Webster's dictionary, being in post-nut mode is when you have a clear mind and you can make sound decisions as if you just busted a nut.
Yeah, I don't know if Webster actually said that.
No, he didn't. But our listener, Big Easy Q, told us all about it and we can relate. Women, men. So listen, if you have a story of when you did something foolish.
In pre-nut mode?
Yeah, something really dumb. Maybe it was top crime. Especially something in pre-nut mode you don't want nobody to know about. Hit us up and we'll tell the world. We can all laugh at your expense and hopefully you'll learn from your mistakes.
Aristotle once said, the results of pre-nut mode is the best teacher. I think he said some shit like that.
Send us your stories at dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That's dearerby@themrapodcast.com. And now it's time for a post-nut mode story, only on the MRA Podcast. Okay, this is from Leonard in Moreno Valley. My girl is a lawyer and makes a lot of bread, but she's always throwing it in my face that she supports me. I've been trying to finish college by taking online night classes and shit. There's this girl in my English class that I never paid attention to until the teacher made us write a story, and hers was about getting it from all these different guys. Next thing you know, I had to have it. I started macking her up, and she said she wanted to hook up, but she lives with her moms. I know better, but I brought her over because I had to have it. So I'm hitting it, and she didn't tell me she was on her period. Yeesh. It was no accident because after I hit it, I found her tampon in my trash can. I had the lights off, so I didn't know. But when we was done, it was a murder scene. I went off on her, but she turned it on me, talking about I'm shaming her for something natural that happens to all women. I must hate women. No, bitch, I just hate you. I kicked her ass out and tried to scrub the sheets, but the blood was soaked all the way through the bed. There's only one thing left to do. I set the bed on fire. Like, that's an option, Kamal. There was only one thing left to do. I set that motherfucker on fire. Niggas are shit. Boy, niggas are hilarious. I love black people. My girl was pissed, but it's better than being homeless. I told her I was smoking a blunt in the bed, in case you wonder why I thought he was black, and accidentally dropped it. She nagged the hell out of me, but we still together. Leonard in Moreno Valley. Nigga, that is hysterical.
Like I said, here's the funny thing about it was there was only one thing left to do. It was like there was only one set the bed on fire. I wasn't expecting that, dude. I thought he was saying, "Man, I had a couple hours. I went and bought a mattress. I flipped it over. I spilled some other. I cut my arm."
Smart.
You know what I'm saying? I did.
Wow, boy, he got them lies on deck. He don't even use them, but he got them.
I thought he was about to stab himself or something.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That
He
man-
set the motherfucker on fire.
He set the bed on fire. That shit is
That shows
comical.
us how desperate we get, Kamal.
Well, it definitely was when he was in post nut. He had to,
Oh my God! He got to his senses, huh?
he said, "What have I done?"
What have I done? Oh my God! The period blood. He's speaking fast, man.
He's an extreme person, boy.
Boy, that's funny, man. He said, "Hey, but he got away with it, man. Congratulations, Leonard, man. Hope you learned your lesson, dog." We come back. Kim K officially filed for divorce. Does Kamal still think they're getting back together? Find out next. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys, if you're digging the show, then please tell somebody. People might say something to you like, "Hey man, you know what podcast you listening to?" And that's when you say the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal.
Or the MRA podcast with Kamal and Kyle.
All right, Kamal. Kim Kardashian West has officially thrown in the towel for 7-year marriage. Just to, for a little update with Dr. Dre, last week we talked about the fact that before we get into Kim K, with his divorce proceedings, his wife was trying to get a judge to agree to shake down the alleged mistress that was living in the house. I hope it's not. You did mention, we didn't really get into who Dre's with now. Whew, man. She fine, but I ain't trying to be, what's the dude's name from Louisiana? I ain't trying to be a little Boosie right now, but hey.
She got some mileage on her.
Man, the track record, I ain't going to say mileage, but the Carfax, man, the track record ain't. Oh, with 2 members of B2K? Don't she got a baby with both of them?
Oh, man, I have no idea.
Oh, man, not good, man. Not good. But, I mean, she fine, though. I mean, it is what it is. So that's an update to Dr. Dre. Now, on to this one, Kamal. Now, Kim Kardashian and Kanye have been split up for a while. And she is now officially filed for divorce. Kamal, you said they were going to get back together. And I want to know, do you still think they will get back together?
I do believe they'll get back together only if Kyle is good for business. Kanye right now is bad for business. So I think that, right now, it doesn't benefit her to be with him. They're staying in separate places.
Yeah.
It's a pandemic. I truly believe that and Kanye, I don't know if he's off his meds or I don't know, if he's right now he's not right. Especially during that presidential run, he wasn't right. You could just tell. Right. You could tell when Kanye's off, just ranting and raving about stuff and conspiracy theories. But here's the thing about it. One thing I did notice is immediately after all of that stuff, I started seeing cats in the studio with him. Right, the man is. I'm not into his music, but he's a talented genius.
He's good at what he does.
He's good at what he does.
If you don't like it, he's good.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not gonna say his stuff is trash. He just doesn't do anything for me.
Shouts out to Daft Punk for breaking up. They do a lot for me. I love them, but shouts out to them. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, so I think that once he becomes like that guy again, and once you start seeing him at red carpets and award shows, once he becomes an asset and not a liability, I do think they'll get back together. I don't think this is permanent myself.
Well, here's the thing, man. You're right. He's bad for business right now. And you could tell he's been tripping for a while when he started, tweeting. He knew the thing he said could have cost him his wife when he talked about the abortion. If you haven't heard about it, go back and Google it. We can get all into it. The abortion that he was considering, I'll say it like that. But here's the 3 things he's going to need if he wants his wife back. Fellas, take notes. Here we go. Number 1. All right, guys. Now it's time for the lesson of the day. He's got to want to. If he wants to, he's got himself an angle because they're married and they have children. But he's got to put in the effort. He can't half-ass to get back together. I've done that before. That don't work. You got to go see Offset. Make a song with Offset, and he can show you how to do it. Offset could get you right. Embarrass yourself. Go see Will Smith. Go see these people who have embarrassed themselves in the name of love and kept their marriages together.
You got to see if Tyrese We got to see if Tyrese.
Let's see how Tyrese works out.
Yeah, we got to see if it works out.
We're not ready to see if you can call Tyrese, but definitely call Offset and do a track with him. The man is nice. So that's number one. That'll get you your wife back if it's Kim Kardashian. Number two, win the election. I know it's a far cry, but I'm just saying, if you can become president of the United States, I promise you, she will change her mind about not liking you running for president if you win. You know how that works, Kamal.
If you win. As a matter of fact, not even if he wins, if he gets on like the ballots and he's in the primaries and he's going from city to city and shaking hands, if he's not a joke, and he becomes a legitimate candidate.
Yes. Like a movie. What is that, Dave? I feel like there's like a movie where some joke of a candidate is running as a joke, and the next thing you know, it gets serious. There's some movie out there. I'm sure there is. But anyway, if he could be that guy, trust me, because now that puts her in a place that she's always wanted to be, respected. And look, look how much respect Michelle Obama has with black women. She didn't run, but she was with the man who did it. And that put her way at the top on the list of black women.
And after Melania was in the White House, I think it's pretty much, opened the door for any chick to be first lady.
Melania took the bullet for having a shaky past of being the first lady.
Oh, yeah.
She's the first lady. I've never seen her body, but I heard there's pictures of her naked. I just honestly come out, no bullshit. I could not look at the first lady naked. I thought it was disrespectful. I just couldn't do it. The third thing that Kanye needs to do is put out a hit record. If he can do those things, become a contender, could have been a contender, show that he wants her back, and then show the value of having her back because they're married, because they have kids, I think he could get her back as well, Kamal. When we come back, man, we got to shout out the Jigga Man. He made another big money move, and later in the show, we have a Dear Erby writer whose man has a drinking problem. What should she do? We'll coach her up. It's the MRA Podcast. Hey guys and gals, if you're enjoying the show, let someone know. Whatever app you're listening on, please subscribe, give us 5 stars, and leave a positive comment.
Why wouldn't you give us 5 stars and a positive comment? We're great.
Yes, we are. This helps our placement so that other people can enjoy the show as well.
And why wouldn't they? We're great.
When you think about expensive champagnes that rappers quoted in their songs back in the day, Kamal, in the early 2000s, there were 2. Moet and Cristal. But in 2006, Cristal made the move that ended all that free publicity. Managing director for Cristal's name is Frederic Rosad. He insinuated that he didn't want his brand associated with rappers. He even suggested other brands that they should go to. Jay-Z didn't take too kindly to that. He removed Cristal from all the clubs. He stopped rapping about them, and he spent reportedly $50 million to acquire a stake in Armand de Bergnac, I don't know how to say it, but it's also known as Ace of Spades. If you remember in his video for the single Show Me What You Got in 2006, Jay-Z made his breakup with Cristal official. There's a part he's playing cards in a casino. He's offered a bottle of Cristal. He waves it off and even frowns his face like, get that shit out of here. Then they bring him a bottle of Ace of Spades in a nice fancy briefcase, and he accepts. That investment paid off. 15 years later, Jay signed a deal with Moet Hennessy, and they acquired 50% stake of Ace of Spades. Kamal, we're trying to give Kanye some advice. We told Beyonce to walk it off, and here's why she walked it off, Kamal. Jay-Z keeps making money moves, keeps making himself look great. What you say, you dog?
Well, Jay-Z is solid, man. Jay-Z isn't. He's not shaky. His behavior is not erratic.
Consistent.
He's consistent, man. He's really, really smooth and low key. Kanye is the guy screaming how great he is. Mm-hmm. He's the madman on, just on the side of the street. I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. Now, he has a point, and he's probably telling the truth.
Yeah.
But he doesn't let the work speak for itself. He does the speaking. And because
louder than the work, Kamal. Nigga, your work is fly, bro.
Louder than the work.
You're so insecure, it shows, man. Especially when he got next to Jay, you could really see.
Right. And I think he says a lot of reckless shit, man. I think he turns a lot of people off. Jay doesn't. Jay doesn't do a lot of interviews. He doesn't do a lot of just, does he have a social media account? He's not tweeting.
Man, Jay has a line where he said, I didn't even want to be famous. And I believe him. I didn't used to believe him, but now I'm like, oh, I got it. He didn't want to be famous. Kanye wants to be famous.
Yeah, this is what Jay-Z wants. He wants to be, like he said, he's a business man.
Yeah, I'm not a businessman. I'm a business man.
And
Oh, that's such a line.
Yeah, I think that Kanye is more artist.
Yeah.
Jay is more, strategic in the business, man. And so there's the difference between the two. There's a huge difference between the two. And honestly, man, I think that Jay-Z knows what he's doing. I think Kanye just has a bunch of ideas in his head, but no strategy.
Yes. Mm.
And so, yeah, man, I mean, this is apples and oranges, Kyle. I mean,
yeah,
this is apples and oranges. This is what always Jay-Z wanted. Jay-Z doesn't try to be in movies.
Mm-hmm.
He just, that's not his thing. I think music was a means to an end. He used the music to get to
Dope dealing. And dope dealing was a means to an end.
That was, I mean, so it's all strategic, man. I salute Jay. He is definitely an inspiration. And I don't remember the Cristal people saying it, but I remember a lot of brands not wanting to be associated with our culture, the hip hop culture and stuff like that. They would, make statements. This is outdoorsman. This isn't for blankety blank. And honestly, I wish we had more discipline back in the day to shut a lot of shit down.
Stop fucking with them.
Yeah,
but it worked out for Moet Hennessy because now they have they're cornering the market in the luxury champagne business, champagne spaces. They would say they now have Moet, of course. They have Ace of Spades and they have Dom Perignon, which they already have. So more power to them. And Jay-Z, another big money move. Congratulations. We come back. Kamal asked us to watch Malcolm and Marie. And we are going to find out why. Oh, my God. So much. Woo, I can't wait to talk about this because I was watching it pissed the hell off for so many reasons. We'll talk about it. It's the MRE Podcast. You listen to us, but Kamal and I want you to know that we listen to you, too.
Even if we don't always respond to your tweets in a timely manner.
I love how you said we, man. So if you have some feedback, maybe you agree.
Maybe you disagree.
Or maybe you just want to tell us how much you love the show or that you want to testify about how we specifically helped you out. Or maybe you just want to tell Kamal how he was right or wrong.
But mostly right.
Whatever you want to tell us, hit us on our social. I'm at Kyle Erby.
I'm at Angry Kamal.
Hit us up and you just might hear your comment on the air.
Promise. We'll be gentle.
Kamal, I am very similar to you. You're more laid back than me, and I'm laid back. I spend a lot of time alone, and I cannot stand drama. So it was so painful watching Malcolm and Marie argue for an hour and a half, Kamal. I hated Zendaya's character. Hated her. I was so mad the whole time. Like, I wonder if women are watching this sympathizing with her. Ladies, I'm so curious because I was like, she is a problem. Kamal, tell me why you had me watch this movie.
Well, a couple of reasons, man. Misery loves company.
Okay, keep it real.
No, you know what it was, man? Because of the arguments and how that big reveal when he let her know who was the inspiration to his movie. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who
Thank you for not doing that.
Who hasn't seen it yet. But that big reveal, and it just deflated her. And it was like, dude, all you had to do was leave this man alone. You know what I'm saying? All you had to do, but you had to read him and all,
Yeah.
And so he finally was like, you know what? Fuck it.
He reminded me of you, dog. He reminded me of you, dude. Like, because he's a writer. His lady's been in his shit. And, I mean, what I loved about it, what I really did enjoy about it was how we just like in a real fight with your lady, you find out layer upon layer upon layer what this is really about.
Yeah.
And to her defense, she said it wouldn't go well in the beginning if we talk about this tonight.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing about it. When he wouldn't let it go, he wanted to know. I was like, nigga, stop, nigga.
How do you let it go, man? They're out in this beautiful house in Malibu, dog. The only two people there.
Hey, ain't nothing good gonna come out of this. We'll discuss in the morning. Right then and there, that's my cue. I got it.
That's because you're a vet. You're what do they call it? Whirly veteran. You're a vet, dog. You've been doing this for a minute. That's why we have the MRA podcast, so you can help these young fools that don't know no better, dude. You would have backed away and let it go, but he's a lot younger. He sounds just like his pops, don't he?
Yeah, definitely.
It's so trip when he got mad. I was like, oh shit, there goes Denzel again. I enjoyed it, man. Yeah, man. The fighting dirty drove me crazy. Blaming him for all of her problems, it just drove me crazy, man. And I'm just like, why can't you just let her go? It's not going to get any better. Go ahead.
Nah, my girl and her sister talked about this movie for like 40 minutes. We were driving back from Utah.
Utah. Uh-huh.
And so they were just talking about it. And it was like, dude, they were just feeling her and all that. I'm like,
are you serious?
Yes.
No, they were not, Kamal.
Yes, man.
Dawg, you are not telling me the truth. Fellas, please watch this movie. I know it's going to hurt, but just watch it. You watch it on your phone and take it with you, man. You don't even got to watch it. Just listen to it. It's like a play. It's very wordy. Just try to listen to it and try to listen to it the whole time and hit us back and let us know how you feel. I cannot believe your lady co-signed this shit.
Hey, man, who went lower, in your opinion?
Who went lower? I think he did.
I think she did, man.
No.
I think she did. I think he went.
No,
I think she went lower. And I don't want to ruin this, so I won't. But after, I will tell you why I think she went lower than him, because I think he stated facts. She gave a fucked up opinion.
Yeah. And that
he just kept it 100. Now maybe keeping it 100 was the problem, but he stated facts.
That is funny.
I
still think he went lower.
I got you.
And I know why he went lower. Because I've been told this, and he was told this in the beginning. You're incapable of having a normal conversation without punching below the belt to get me up off of you. That's what it is. It's like he was so mad that he did what guys do in a fist fight. I'm going for the jugular to get you the fuck up off of me.
Yeah.
And ladies, you don't understand because y'all do a similar thing. But guys, we don't want to argue. We don't want to go back and forth. He just wanted peace. He didn't really want to argue. He just wanted to get to the resolution so he can go back to being happy with his lady. And he thought if he hit her with this fact, the big domino, that the argument would end. It never ends in your favor.
Nah.
They'll pretend it's over, but they're just seething.
I think I've crossed the line probably twice.
Okay.
And the first time I crossed the line, as soon as I crossed the line, I knew it. And I was like, oh, shit.
There goes the month of happiness.
Oh, man. And here's not just the month of happiness. That shit never goes away, homie. Like,
no.
Like, that shit gets brought up. Not
I learned
often,
that with my ex.
But it
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't get brought up often, but it ain't forgotten.
Fellas, hear this. It never pays to say how you really feel. I swear to God, your brain tells you, if you'll just tell her the truth, it will make it better for you later. It will not. I'm not saying lie. But that telling her how you really feel will never.
You gotta withhold some shit. You gotta keep some shit.
Most of it, dog.
To the vest.
If your goal is peace and harmony, you got a choice. Either she's gonna be at peace or you. You want her at peace, so you can't be at peace.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah,
let that sink in.
Yeah, you just gotta be tough.
You gotta tough it out, man. Because I promise you, if you get it off your chest, guess whose chest it's going to? Hers. When we come back, Deion Sanders has some good news and some bad news from last week. And after that, Cam Newton was disrespected by a child. What's our take? Find out soon. It's the MRA Podcast. Guys, I have a comedy album. It's called Be a Man at All Times, and it's on, what's it on? Oh, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you stream your content.
It's a damn good comedy album.
I appreciate that, man. There's stand-up on there. Kamal and I wrote a whodunit mystery called The Case of the Missing Balls. That's on there.
Based on a true story.
Check out the album. Show your boy some support. And you can buy it on iTunes. Keyword buy it. Stop streaming. Primetime gets his first win at J State, but it was spoiled by a thief. Now, I heard about this. He played against Edward Waters College. I'm not sure how great Edward Waters College is. I've never heard of them being a football powerhouse. No disrespect to the HBCU. But I was glad that Prime, whooped up on them, and only because that's a sign of a good team. You're supposed to whoop up on the bad teams and whoop up on the good teams. And that's always been those old Florida State teams back in the day. They were good back in the day. They whooped everybody. SC, when they were good, they whooped everybody. They struggled with UCLA, but you know what I mean? They didn't, there's always somebody who has your number, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But for the most part, they roll through everybody. I don't care who you are. So they're off to a good start. He's got some good recruits down there. He's doing the thing that I'm asking him to do, Kamal. But I didn't know this happened at his own house, man. Somebody went into, I thought he was on the road at Edward Waters, and in the visiting locker room, they stole his shit. No, my brother. At his own office, somebody went into the office at his home stadium and stole, allegedly, his watch, his phone, his shit out of his wallet. And he was furious because he had a staff member, a lady, who saw it, allegedly. But then I think they tried to spin it like it was like, oh, nah, we put it in a plastic bag and moved it. He was like, nah, dog, nah, y'all didn't move my shit. You got my shit back, and thank you, but y'all didn't move my shit. That is embarrassing, Kamal. We're talking about disrespecting elders with Cam Newton next, but this is disrespect of a legend. What say you, my brother?
I'm just hoping that whoever got Deion initially, man, was a youngster who didn't know that was prime time.
No, they knew. That's why they went in there and got it.
I'm saying they knew that was a coach. They knew that was. I'm talking about new neon Deion, prime time Nike commercials.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Hall of Fame cornerback. Some people don't know how
that
how
level
great,
of respect.
Some people just don't know how great some people were. Yeah, I look at David Thompson as just a basketball player, but my father sees him totally different. You know what I'm saying? Connie Hawkins is somebody like that. They see him totally different.
I'm still trying to figure out who David Thompson is. I was like, you're not talking about the Admiral, are you? David Robinson.
Exactly.
Who is
that's my point. Some of these cats like, it was Deion Sanders. Who was the guy from
First
the
I thought you meant the baseball player from the Chicago White Sox. I was like, Big Dave, the Big Hurt? No, that's not Dave Thompson.
That's not Dave Thompson. That's
the Big Hurt.
The Big Hurt is Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas. I was like, that's not David Thompson. That's the Big Hurt. Then you said basketball. I was like, David Robinson? Who the fuck is? So I'm disrespectful. I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. I'm just saying, man. I hope that there was some youngsters, man, some 12, 13-year-olds. I hope it wasn't no. Well, honestly, man, they were like 20. They ain't never seen Deion Sanders play.
Yeah, I hope it was that too, man.
Yeah, I mean, and that's really what it is, man. I think it's more disrespectful age-wise, obviously, anybody around our age you wouldn't have done it because it's Deion, that's prime. Yeah. But any of these younger guys, I think they wouldn't. They don't hold them in the same spot that we do. However, they should still just respect the fact that this man came back to Jackson State to coach, to big up the program. And so if these were locals, man, I mean, like, they should be ashamed of themselves, man. This man ain't got to take this job. He definitely don't need the cash. He don't need it, period. He's got everything to lose.
Yeah.
So
and to do that to a legend that's only there to help. I mean, he might. So an argument could be saying he's doing that to build his coaching resume. It's just a stepping stone, and his son is there, and blah blah blah. But he didn't have to send his son there.
No,
he could have sent his son anyway. It's Deion's son.
Shame on these guys.
Yeah, man, disrespectful, man. I hate to, because this is one of the things I don't want to talk about in mixed company, but I'm about to say, man, I remember when I was at Southern, because we always talk about, man, in my day, we showed respect. I remember as we was at Southern, man, and we was at some banquet for a bowl game, because we was in bowl games every year I was there, thank God. Not because of me, but we was in bowl games every year. And the legendary, I don't know why you see, man. I listened to the show and I gave props to Terrell Davis, and then you turn around and shit on Bo Jackson, which I just can't understand. You know what I mean? I gave props to Terrell, and you disrespected Bo.
The great, powerful Hall of Famer Terrell Davis.
More. Point is, I gave respect to this man, and you belittled Bo Jackson to a pair of sneakers.
So Bo had some great kicks, man.
There we go. So I remember, man, Bo is like man, I don't ever like to use the word idol, but if I had an idol, Bo Jackson would be an idol to me, man. That's the first book I ever read, man. And rest in peace of Vincent Jackson, but he is the OG Vincent Jackson, Vincent Bo Jackson. Anyway, and man, he came and spoke at one of the bowl games we were doing, and he had a speech impediment, dog.
Oh, I was about to say, was he stuttering?
Yeah, man. And people was laughing. I was like, are you guys fucking serious?
He was laughing?
Yes. I was like,
I hope Bo didn't see the shit. Did he see the motherfuckers laughing?
Dog, I was so embarrassed, man. Like, are we giggling? Both?
Did Bo hear it?
You niggas need to be shot.
Did Bo hear this shit, dog?
I want to say no, but of course he heard it, dude. I was like, we got Bo. They got Bo Jackson to speak to us. And obviously, I'm always devil advocate. He's probably working his way up the speaking circuit, and he's going to work as, start in high school, and then I'm going to go to HBCU, then I'm going to go to, Auburn, whatever. But wherever reason why he was there, man, and they disrespected him with laughter. So, man.
Bo was over there like the champ from Harlem Nights.
Man, I'm not doing this with you, man. We come back, Cam got disrespected by a child, and later in the show we have a Dear Erby from a woman whose man is struggling with alcohol addiction. What should she do? We'll talk about it. It's the MRA podcast.
Oh, shit.
That's hysterical.
Ready.
I'm ready. Hey guys, what's up? If you're enjoying this show, do us a favor and donate to our Patreon.
Word.
Just go to www.patreon.com. That's Patreon.com and make a donation to the MRA podcast of Kyle and Kamal.
Word.
It's that simple. Listen to the show, love the show, share the show, break the show off with some dough.
Bars.
Kamal, we talking about disrespect, and the disrespect, this is the peak of the disrespect to me, man. 707 player got into with Cam Newton on the sidelines of the 707 tournament. For those who don't know, 707 is like AAU for football. They travel around, and they, shouts out to Mook. They travel around and they have tournaments, and it's a big deal now. It's a way for your kid, especially if it's a skill player, to really, really get good. And then the linemen, because it's football players without the line. So that's where the 7 comes in. There's 11 guys on the field normally, 4 linemen. You take the 4 linemen off, you got 7-on-7. And then the linemen do different, competitions of being strong. But the 7-on-7, it's exciting, blah, blah, blah. So it's a big deal now. And Cam has, I know he has a team. I don't know if this was his tournament. Either way, he was there. And if you look at the clip, I'm sure you've heard about now, Cam Newton's getting disrespected by this child.
You ass. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You about to be poor. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. You're a free agent. I'm rich. He's a free agent. Where your daddy at? Let me talk to your dad. Let me talk to your dad. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. Where's your dad? You're a free agent. You're a free agent. You ass. Talk to. Let me. Where's your dad?
Now, I will say this, Kamal. We only see the part of the clip where the boy disrespected Cam Newton. We don't know if Cam and the boy were jawing back and forth with some friendly shit talking, as athletics can do. Because the boy's apology, he mentioned that his competitive nature got the best of him at the wrong time. So I was like, okay, I could understand if they was kind of like when you was on the job interview and the woman offered to suck your dick and you thought it was cool. So when the beef rose up 20 minutes later, you didn't stay in your place because you had just been offered a blowjob in a job interview. So you thought it was cool. So that's the only thing I can understand with this child coming at Cam like that. Or this is because we both taught in the LAUSD come out. So we have been disrespected by children and have had to do our best to not hit them. What say you about the situation, my dude?
I thought it was totally disrespectful. I thought Cam kind of lowered himself a little bit, man, by going back and forth like, where's your father? Because the thing about it is, I don't think Cam was really asking so he can speak to his father.
No.
I think Cam
was saying you don't have a daddy.
Exactly. I thought that was beneath Cam. I mean, I was really beneath Cam, so Cam lost me there.
Well, he did come back and say, where's your mom, to kind of play it off almost low-key, but I see what you're saying.
Yeah, because you had I guess Cam's people was giggling when he was saying, where's your father? And he kept saying it like, oh, they're laughing? Let me keep saying it. So I thought Cam was better than that, man. He should have been better than that. And as far as the kid goes, by calling him ass because he's a free agent, it's like, man, just I mean, honestly, it's beyond disrespectful. It's just dumb.
I mean, showing your ignorance.
The man was a former MVP who got hurt. I mean, he's in the professional football player, NFL. Yeah. He is one of how many years has it been in the NFL, man? I mean, like the NFL's been around what?
101.
101 years. He is one of probably 90 because people won multiple MVPs. Probably 85 people would have ever won an MVP
in the world.
Yeah, and you're saying because he's a free agent, post 30, he's ass. It's like, man, are you serious? Cam has won a natty.
Heisman.
Bo
Jackson.
He took his team to the. He took that team. To the Super Bowl.
Beat the Ducks.
But I mean,
you talking about in the pros? Oh yeah.
Took the team to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, he ran into like a unstoppable monster. A juggernaut of a team, one of the all-time greatest.
That wasn't the Broncos, was it? I thought it was Tom Brady.
No, it was us.
Broncos.
It was us, the great and powerful future Hall of Famer Von Miller. Remember, strip sacked and took whatever.
Oh my god!
But like just the fact that Cam Newton's there. I mean that.
Oh, it was Peyton Manning, right?
Yeah, it was Peyton Manning years.
Yeah, cool.
But the fact that Cam Newton is at your game.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if Cam said some slick shit about you, whatever.
He did. I don't know he did, but I guess I would bet he would. If he's going to go there about you not having a father, assuming he's going to go there. He goes, because even in the second video, Kamal, it looks like Cam's trying to come off as, I'm trying to help you, but really he wants to know, do you play? Are you any good?
Nah, ain't no disrespect. If you wanted some attention, I'm going to give you some attention. The right way, bro. The right way. When do y'all play?
We play tomorrow.
What was y'all record today then?
1-2. No, 2-1.
What did you do? No, I wasn't able to see because y'all was too.
Cameras on me.
All right, bro. What did he do, man? Does he play?
He got speed.
He got speed.
No, he's letting him speed.
Oh.
You gonna see?
Huh?
You gonna see?
Nah, you ain't. Don't act shy, nah, bro.
Right. I mean, because honestly, there's a huge chance, 95% chance that guy will never be as good as Cam Newton.
Oh, there's a 99.9. Fuck that. He's not going to be as Cam good. It's not going to happen.
I don't know.
I don't think people realize how good Cam Newton was in his day. Now, I'm not saying, Cam Newton didn't live up to the hype of what he could have been. But when you talk about a guy, speaking of the great and powerful Bo Jackson, he was told, somebody said, Charles Barkley, Bo Jackson, one of them said he is the height of Charles Barkley with the athletic ability of Bo Jackson. He is Charles Barkley, and they're both into Auburn, all three. He is Charles Barkley and Bo Jackson put together. And that is a hell of an athlete come out.
I mean, Cam Newton has nothing, as far as his career, nothing to apologize. He's taken a lot of bruises, and he's taken a lot of punishment. They don't call the flag. They let teams beat up on Cam Newton. You can't breathe on. Yeah, you can't breathe on Tom Brady, but you can do all types of stuff for Cam Newton because he's so big, right? And so he's had a lot of nagging injuries over the years. But when Cam is right, matter of fact, Cam was bummed before the COVID. When Cam is right, Cam is one of the top players in the world on this planet. And so it shows that little boy's ignorance and his disrespect. And I wish that Cam would have taken the high road. I really do, because honestly, it's I don't feel bad for Cam. It's like, well, both of you, like you said, they were shooting on each other. It's like, come on, Cam, you don't need to engage.
That's a child, man.
You don't need to engage with motherfuckers. I mean, you Cam fucking Newton.
Man.
Hop in your Lambo.
And dip. Chunk the deuce, man. You're absolutely right. My mom used to tell me and my sister, and it used to drive us crazy. She would just look at us and say, your ignorance is showing.
Right. What does it say? Don't argue with fools, because people from,
Speaking of Jay-Z, they won't know who's who.
Yeah, my father used to say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like they don't know who is who. So if you're on the other side of the field, you see Cam and the little boy, it's like, which one of these?
Who's the fool?
Right.
When we come back, we have a Dear Erby from a woman whose man has a drinking problem. What should she do? Kamal and I will coach her up. It's the MRA Podcast. You need some advice in your relationship?
And can't afford a therapist?
Yeah. Hit us up and we'll get you through this.
We won't even charge you a copay.
Exactly. The Dear Erby letter is our longest standing segment on the MRA, dating all the way back to the webisodes. This is where we truly save relationships one listener at a time. We've saved marriages.
Encourage divorce.
Taught a guy how to please his woman.
Encourage divorce.
Yeah, so hit us up for advice and we'll help you out. Send your emails to dearerby@themrapodcast.com. That is dearerby@themrapodcast.com. Let's get into this Dear Erby letter.
Let us.
Dear Erby, do you have anything on alcoholism so he can listen to it? It destroys relationships and families. It's happening for a while now, almost 10 years, and it hasn't stopped. I want to walk away from this relationship. I actually did and didn't talk to him for almost 3 whole weeks. I added the whole part. Then I did on his birthday, and now 4 days, it's been nothing but lies about where he has been or doesn't, and he doesn't pay his child support. Now he has been accusing me with every man in my life, my kitchen cabinet guy, my attorney, my son's coach, my landscaper, my other son's trainer, my broker. It's crazy. Sorry. He never showed up for our daughter's Christmas, her birthday, right after, and now Valentine's. Golly, we talk about not showing up for Valentine's. This brother missed daughter's Christmas, her birthday, and didn't show up for Valentine's Day or his birthday, which he has custody to pick her up. Alcoholism is getting the best of him. I am starting to have concerns about his mental health. What should I do? And a little footnote, how do all these people love and respect him so much, and he won't do right by our daughter and by me? He loves us so much, ? And he drives past my house at least 3 times a week. His brother lives 5 minutes away from me, LOL. That's Esmeralda and Chino. Kamal, help us out, dog.
First of all, Esmeralda, you do have a lot of dudes in your life. I'm sorry. It's a little too much. I'm sorry, Esmeralda. I was doing the count, and it was like, okay.
There's a lot of dudes. I was like,
in your life. So,
now you got a lawyer. You doing all right for yourself, Esmeralda?
Yeah, and a broker. A broker and all that stuff. Esmeralda, unfortunately, man, alcoholism is a disease.
Yeah.
And you're right. It destroys relationships and families. And everybody I know who has struggled with alcohol, they say the only way they can get better is when they want to. And unfortunately, most of the time, they have to hit rock bottom. You know, DUIs, you know, losing families, losing jobs. They have to hit rock bottom before they realize they have a problem. A lot of them don't think they have a problem. They think they got everything under control. And you're the one that's tripping. You know, I have, you know, enough people I know who struggle with substance abuse and alcohol and all of this stuff, man. And, you know, some people kick it early. Some people take some years. You know, it just depends on the person. It truly does. And I know that's not what you want to hear, but, you know, it truly depends. They have to want to get better, right? And so most of them don't think they have a problem. Most of it, and they can't see it. They won't see it. A lot of times they'll see it until it's too late. Okay? When you say, how do all these people love and respect him so much? Because he's the life of the party. That's why. He's the life of the party. My friends who might have struggled with alcohol, I never had a problem with it. They were cool to me. But I didn't go home with them. I wasn't expecting. I didn't expect them to show up for my basketball game. I didn't expect them to drive me somewhere because that was very, very important. I didn't expect them home for dinner. It was when we went out. This was the funniest fucking guy ever. When we're watching the game, oh, that man's hilarious. But then I went home.
Yeah.
All right. So that's how people love and respect him, because they don't, you know, they're not as they don't need him like you do. Right? The only thing they really care about is if he's there for the jokes and, you know, man, dude is here. Now we're about to really have some fun.
Yep.
You know, and the only thing you care about is him showing up for your daughter and all of that stuff. It's it's tough. This is one of those things where I don't have all the answers. I really don't. I would say this is one of those things where, yeah, man, you have to start looking out for you and your daughter. They have to be that needs to be the number one concern. You have to protect your daughter. Now, the male rights activist in me wants to say you need to protect your daughter's image of her father. And that, but and that's the male rights activist in me. However, and I might even recommend that. But if you don't, if you want her to know her pops is struggling with alcoholism and he let you down again and all of that, and that is your prerogative. Because he's not, obviously he's let this substance take over and it's in control. And he has chosen the substance over his family. So however it falls, the pieces fall, hey, this is his doing. You and your daughter did nothing wrong unless you're the one causing the drink, which I seriously doubt. I seriously doubt. But yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have all the answers. I would say take care of you and your daughter first. And eventually, hopefully he'll get his shit together. And I hope for his sake, it's not too late, because I don't want him to miss out. I don't want his daughter growing up hating him. I don't want you to move on, and he's locked out of the house and he's seeing his daughter every other weekend because of the shit that he's dealing with right now. Hopefully sooner rather than later. I know your patience is running out. And I am not going to tell you to stick it out. I'm going to say, if you're done and you've exhausted all your resources and you've cried, you're all cried out and your daughter's all disappointed out, I would move on.
We come back, I'm going to weigh in. Yo, what's up? I'm Kyle.
And I'm Kamal.
And you're listening to the MRA podcast, where men come to talk and women come to eavesdrop. Yeah, Esmeralda, we're dealing with the very sick person right now. And that person is you. You're sick. We love you. But there's no way in hell. And here's the thing. I can't stand the man-bashing comedians. I can't stand the radio personalities that always take the woman's side. Ooh, whoa, Lord have mercy. Esmeralda, you need help. So does he. We all know that. But he ain't listening. You are. You're sick with love, and you don't want to give up on this man. I don't understand why you're telling us these things that he's done wrong for 10 years. You know he lies. You know. You keep trying. You keep getting up mad. You're mad at yourself. Because I don't know what you're telling yourself. Here's the thing. I don't have a problem with you. Matter of fact, I like that you're ride or die. But stop lying to yourself. If you're going to tell yourself something, tell yourself the truth. My man is sick. He's got a drinking problem, and he's not reliable. Now, you ask the question, how is it all these people love, respect him so much? They knew him before the drink. His fans, they knew him before he had a problem. And he never lets them down. Richard Pryor had a substance abuse problem. He never let me down. He was always fucking.
He never let his dealer down.
No, he didn't. And so it's like, but he keeps letting you down. He's going to keep letting you down. And I hate saying it, but I just got to keep it 100. If he was in the room, just pretend he was in the room. Pretend he's my boy. He's going to keep letting you down. I love that you're ride or die, but there is no way y'all need to be together right now. If you're going to make it, it's going to have to be on the other side of your healing and his. Because you're tripping. You claim to want something. You keep complaining about what he's doing. Why? Stop complaining about what he's doing. You don't. It's like, why do you not see what it is? Stop making excuses. It is what it is. I wish you was telling me all the things you loved about him and why you just can't help it. But you're just telling me what you don't like about him. But then you're still there. Join in. Like, love him for who he is. He's an alcoholic. He needs help. I can't make him get help. You can't make him get help. You leaving him may or may not help him. Your daughter begging him to get help may or may not help him. But you are going to have to save yourself right now. You can keep loving him forever because I think you want to. You're ride or die. I appreciate it. But you got to love him in a way that's going to help him. The other way is called enabling. You're enabling. So I'm not going to tell you to punish him. I'm not going to tell you to. I'm telling you to get yourself some help. Because when you fix you, he's going to have to fix him in order to still fit with you. Where can we find you?
Twitter and Instagram at Kamal.
I am at Kyle Erby, KYLEERBY, at the MRA Podcast, where you can find us both. KyleErby.com is where you can see some of the videos I've done, some of my commercials, hear some of my stand-up comedy. The MRA Podcast is where you can go to listen to 134 of our episodes. Also, check us out on 1073VIP.com, our new affiliate in Illinois. And, of course, shouts out to our girl Kim, Dynasty Radio New York. We growing, Kamal, like Flintstones kids.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, thank you for bringing it every week, dog.
No problem.
Ladies, we love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.